The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of Doubao. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to Doubao Tech News. Today is Monday, June 15th, 2026. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. Meta's first proprietary foundation model under Alexander Wang is here, and Mark Zuckerberg now has to prove Muse Spark can become more than an internal AI upgrade. ByteDance is in advanced talks to buy at least 50,000 Iluvatar Core X AI chips, a potential commercial breakthrough for China's domestic accelerator push. A new workplace AI warning argues the real debate is not whether automation arrives, but who gets to set boundaries when it does. Asia-focused hedge funds are posting triple-digit gains as investors chase the hardware bottlenecks behind the global AI boom. OpenAI is launching a partner network with a $150 million commitment, betting that consultants can turn enterprise AI from pilots into production. Let's start with Meta, because this is a very different AI story from the old Llama era. A year after spending more than $14 billion to acquire roughly half of scale AI and bring Alexander Wang and his top engineers into Meta Superintelligence Labs, Meta has released Muse Spark, its first proprietary foundation model from that group. The model arrived in April and is aimed first at Facebook, Instagram, the standalone Meta AI app, and Ray-Ban Meta glasses, with an API for external partners planned for later in June. Here's the tension. Meta used to win developer attention by opening up Llama, but after a flatter Llama 4 release, the company is now leaning toward a more controlled product-first model. That can make sense if the goal is tighter integration across Meta's own apps. But investors are looking for more than better ad tools. Meta's stock is down 18% over the past year, even after 33% first quarter revenue growth, and ads still make up 98% of revenue. Add in about 8,000 recent layoffs, reported internal tensions among senior AI leaders, and the shadow of more than $80 billion in metaverse losses. And the question becomes pretty direct. Can Zuckerberg turn a technically important model into paid adoption that people and businesses actually choose? Now to China, where AI infrastructure is becoming a supply chain strategy as much as a model race. ByteDance is in advanced talks to buy at least 50,000 AI chips from Shanghai-based Iluvatar Core X, mainly for inference workloads behind its Doubao chatbot. Inference is the part of AI that runs the service once people are actually using it. So this is not just a lab purchase, it is about keeping a consumer product online at scale. If the deal lands, Iluvatar would become ByteDance's third major domestic GPU supplier, after Huawei and Cambricon, while ByteDance is also evaluating Baidu's Kunlunxin chips. The broader context matters. Chinese AI chip makers captured nearly 41% of China's AI accelerator server market in 2025, as US export restrictions pushed companies toward homegrown options. For Iluvatar, which has historically depended on government procurement, a ByteDance contract would be its first major commercial win, with a leading private sector hyperscaler. The company reported 1 billion yuan, or about $148 million, in 2025 revenue, and is projected to reach 3.04 billion yuan, or about $450 million this year, with shipments above 100,000 chips. The smart question is performance. Buying domestic chips supports resilience, but ByteDance still has to decide whether the speed, cost, and reliability are good enough for a chatbot competing every day for user attention. The workplace story starts with a strangely perfect symbol. A robot magician named D4YRL was rejected by the Magic Circle even after performing technically flawless tricks. The point is not that robots cannot do impressive things. It is that workplaces and communities still have to choose what kind of automation they want. Heather Stewart's argument, drawing on Sarah O'Connor's book, We Are Not Machines, moves from warehouse workers under constant surveillance to remote labelers in India and Costa Rica, training AI systems on hours of video, to translators pushed into low-paid machine translation post-editing. One translator, Peter, puts the fear plainly. He wants creative work, but everywhere he steps, there is AI. The more constructive examples are the ones where workers have agency. Swedish mine workers at Renström helped design how autonomous underground trucks were introduced through union-employer negotiation, and Hollywood writers used their strike to secure control over AI in creative processes. In the UK, the TUC and IPPR are calling for a legal right to negotiate technology introduction. That matters because productivity is not the only measure of a good deployment. The bigger issue is consent and design. When AI enters a workplace, does it remove the human from the decision or give people better tools under rules they helped shape? Here's the market version of the AI story. Not every big winner is a model company. Several Asia-focused hedge funds have delivered extraordinary returns in the first 5 months of 2026 by positioning around the region's AI hardware stack. Hong Kong's WT Asset Management posted a 103% net return through the end of May in its long-short China-focused fund, plus 67.5% in its long-only fund. Its winners included AI hardware names and domestic Chinese companies such as Hua Hong Semiconductor and Knowledge Atlas, also known as Zhipu AI, whose Hong Kong-listed shares surged more than 1,000% year-to-date. E20 Capital recorded a 136% net gain in its $2 billion global opportunity investment fund from bets on memory, optics, and CPUs, while Trivest Advisors gained 88.9%. The rally shows up in benchmarks too. South Korea's Kospi has nearly doubled this year, Japan's Nikkei 225 is up roughly 31%, and Taiwan's weighted index is up about 53%. The useful takeaway is that AI demand is turning supply constraints into market power for parts of Asia's chip ecosystem. The caution is just as important. Triple-digit fund returns can reflect early positioning and concentrated risk, not a guarantee that every AI supply chain name is suddenly safe or fairly priced. And finally, OpenAI is making a very enterprise-focused bet. The model is only part of the problem. Its new partner network is designed to help companies identify real use cases, redesign workflows, integrate securely with existing systems, set governance, and manage change at scale. OpenAI is committing $150 million to support the ecosystem and wants 300,000 certified consultants enabled by the end of 2026. The launch partners include Accenture, Bain, BCG, Eliza, McKinsey's Quantum Black, PwC, and others, organized into select, advanced, and elite tiers. There is also a pilot forward-deployed experts program that pairs qualified partner practitioners with OpenAI's own teams on complex deployments. The examples make the strategy concrete. eBay is working with Artium on an AI customer service platform. Agilent is collaborating with BCG on business operations and intelligent instruments. T-Mobile is exploring real-time intent and sentiment intelligence with Accenture. And Paychex says a Bain-supported payroll AI solution cut wait time by 80% and human effort time by 30% while preserving accuracy and security. In practical terms, OpenAI is acknowledging that enterprise AI succeeds or fails in messy workflows, not demo videos. The trade-off is control. Partners can accelerate adoption, but they also add another layer between the model maker, the customer, and the people affected by the system. Today's throughline is deployment pressure. Meta has to prove its closed AI model can create business value. ByteDance is testing China's chip self-reliance at product scale. Workers are pushing for a say in automation. Markets are rewarding the AI hardware chain. And OpenAI is turning to partners to make enterprise adoption real. The technology is moving fast, but the hard part is still execution with accountability. Thank you for staying informed with Digital Tech News. We'll be back with more updates as they develop.